Maybe someone will need to open a block like this in their life. This is Simtec 75.5. Well, to put on Opels mostly their 418, 416 XEP. Here. And, well, like other Opel units, control units, such as from a soundboard, like a soundboard, they are sealed very well. This is no exception either. I'll show you now. Now I have cleared the edge for now. It should be visible. I'll raise it further. Of course, he is already shaking his hands. A very deep seam, it starts at all from above, so you can see, here is a line along this line. It is necessary to cut off this corner first, and then dig inside. And here we are already inside. You have to look at the camera, and I look at the block. And inside we have already got to the iron. Well, why will it need to be disassembled? For example, here to connect and make a clone of the block, because the connector was torn off. And not just a connector, there it came out a couple of details. A couple of parts were demolished. So, now what is the option? I dug around the perimeter completely. Completely. All around the perimeter. There are these types of balls appearing there. These are most likely some kind of remote balls, so that there is still a sealant left under the lid here along the edge. There, by the way, it is visible in some places. Here. And most importantly, along the way, there is also a connector on the sealant, because it sticks out through the lid. I think there's a lid around the perimeter, too. Now I'm going to try. But in addition to this, I have to pour a beggar. There is isopropyl alcohol, but I think he will not take this sealant, because it is very similar to rubber. Not even on the sealant. Here, I'm going to try to heat it with a hairdryer and somehow pick up. I'll start from this side, of course, because there is no connector. So I think that the lid is flimsy, damn it. You can't just rip it off like that. It will bend, and then it will be impossible to put it. Although I don't need it, it will already be used for spare parts. I just need to drain all the data from it. Here. Well, if you need it, if it's okay, then you can't bend the lid. So now I'm going to try to burn and wipe it off. I managed to lift two corners from this side. I hope it's visible. Here. What I will say, you need to warm up very much. My fin is at 500 degrees and the maximum airflow. And you see, even the paper has melted. Therefore, it's okay to really do everything carefully. And it was precisely in these places that I was teasing. That's where the ribs are, here and here and here, so as not to deform the lid too much. Of course, it is a little deformed, because it is an ordinary aluminum, damn it. That's why. Well, in these places it is less deformed. Right now, using the same technology, I will lift it from the other side, by two corners. That's the way he figured it out. It was also necessary to warm around the connector, because there is a sealant here. A piece of the connector remained on the dress. Let's see if he gets in touch or not. Here one element is torn off, the second one. If they don't go to the pins I need, then figs with them. I'll just lift it up or solder it off. I missed the lid a little. Well, in short, the thickness in this place is about 1 millimeter. In the place where it touches. Although there is solid corrosion here. That's why she probably fell behind quite well. Although I've drawn it all right here too. That's why I thought, it still diverges to the sides or bends inward, to increase the area of contact with the sealant. It's just what thickness it has throughout the entire body, because it has. And, of course, the connectors need to be heated. I have one broken, so I probably had to take it easier. But I didn't warm up for long, everything fell behind quickly. Here too, it got here. Garbage fell firm one side, so the sealant has not already moved away tightly. Of course, it's on the engine, and there are constant temperature changes because of this. Connected CarProg. We get this connector a 1, then the OBD. On the OBD power supply plus or minus and the DBMs, only 2 wires are taken Canchina Canhai, Conval yellow, green. I soldered these columns here from this computer connector. And then here, it is fed through the relay and the ignition switch. Now we run the program and read the EPROM. So, we turn on the recording from the screen. Opening the CarProg. (13.77). So, the serial number has been determined. Go to the ECU tab, Opel can. 7 is 75. So, we turn on the ignition and read the volume. If the unit is in touch, everything is fine with it. Then it should now give us a PIN code, VIN, mileage, and mod hours. Everything is fine with the block. I gave everything. Go to the memory dump folder. There is a lot of empty space. F key, F key. Some information went out. There's a VIN number. In general, so, I save the file. So let's write it. Old, save. That's it. Now it means when the owner brings a new block, and what will we do? We will go into the memory dump, open the file. Here he is old. Open it, go to the main functions, and write down the EPROM. First, he writes that he wants to read the date and save it. Continue the operation. Yes. Well, roughly speaking, I am now writing it down in the same block and washing it. When the owner brings another block, we will record it and prom in another block. The block will not need to be tied up in the car. There is no need to reset anything. Just put it on and start it up and go. One 100% recorded. Turn off the ignition. Friends, when the owner brings a new block, we will write down the original one on his EPROM, and he will continue to use his car as if nothing had happened. That's all for now. Subscribe to the channel, likes, dislikes, share with friends, communicate in the comments. Good luck to everyone.